recording. And then, like I say, next week I'm going to possibly do it as a stream if everybody's cool with that.
Fart in my vagina.
Wank.
There we
Shit
go.
wallets, cunt flaps.
Oh.
So-
Darren, do you want me to whip up a quick intros?
No, that's fine.
I'm kidding.
So, where we last left off last week, you guys were still in the battle with the giant airship monster, the airship mimic. Back and forth, you guys were on the second level, you'd fought your way out of the intestines and the stomach, got up, and then began battling a few other mimics that were in the second level, and also battling your own urges to do stupid shit. And unfortunately for some people, those urges beat you.
Yep.
We had Neva and Neva managed to get herself over to the main ship, the Arame. Vondra decided to take Neva's advice as she was shouting it on her way over, used the special coin, and instead of following Neva, she decided to teleport to Emrys, who was in the bowels of the ship. And a few of you then managed to teleport yourselves out and onto the other ship. Stormcrow battled his way up, and sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, Stormcrow managed to fight his way up, got into the very last room of the ship, set off a thunder wave, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep, set off a thunder wave just to make sure there was nothing else in there. Discovered there wasn't anything. Found a small black box which he picked up, and then decided to take the advice as well that he heard somebody shout and use his coin. Unfortunately, he decided to use the coin on someone that was flying fucking 10,000 feet above the water. And due to some quick reflexes from mouse or cat-like agility, I was going to call it fragility there, but not fragility, she managed to grab him, and her and Neva managed to get him back over onto the main ship, where he is now safe. As the last three on the ship, Takura, Emrys and Abigail. Emrys, in his plight to get out, was attacked by one of the tentacles and taken down. And as Abigail was running past to try and get out to safety as well, they were unfortunately attacked and grappled, with only the last one on the ship being Takura. He decided to make a deal with the devil and chose to, instead of save himself, ask the devil to save his new friends, got them teleported off the ship, and tried to find his own way off. This came in the form of transforming into his other half, the Red Dragon, Kazan Ryu, and in a feat only ever imagined by certain few, managed to frogger his way off of the flying Vondra onto the flying mouse, and yet again onto the safety of the ship, which I still think was actually a pretty badass yet very risky move to take, since you had a natural one hanging over your head.
Oh yeah.
And after that, the ship, the Mimic airship, was battered by your ship, and the final blow coming from your newly acquired companion, Vondra, who hit this thing with a giant fucking lightning bolt. Was it Thunderbolt, was it?
I forget.
Lightning, was
Li-
it?
it was.
It was lightning bolt, I think.
It was lightning bolt. Yeah.
Lightning bolt. And
I
just
love that spell.
absolutely frazzled this thing and managed to generate enough electrical energy in the air so that when the ship itself started firing cannonballs, charged the cannonballs up and smashed this thing with these new electric balls.
Yeah. Giggity.
That's the first giggity we've heard from Byron.
I was going to say, Byron's fitting in so well.
Yeah. It's only been 3 weeks and you already understand the humour of this group.
I mean, to be fair, it doesn't
Very,
take-
very, very, very childish. It's not exactly highbrow, is it?
Excuse me, some of our fart jokes are very
This
intellectual.
is true. I apologise.
Hell, have you know I've got a gin and tonic right now. That's very highbrow.
Hey!
Drinking
Let's do
while D&Ding. That's unusual. No one's ever
Is
heard
it?
of no one's ever heard of an alcoholic Dungeon and Dragons player. So, after the battle, you guys basically passed out, seeing as though this was a massive battle between yourselves and a giant floating mimic. I will allow you to move your characters wherever you want to put them, but you had a long rest,
There.
and I would
That's
say
up there.
after you guys were finished with the ship, Emrys, you were still unconscious. Abigail, you would have been still recuperating.
I brought Emrys up with some potions, didn't I?
You did. I forgot about that.
That's alright.
Yeah, you got Emrys back, but I think he was still prone at the time as well because he hadn't had his shot.
Yeah.
So, I'll say retroactively, Vondra as 2 seconds, had a bit of loose skin in my mouth there. Gareth, get away. Yeah, you guys managed to try and loot a little bit of the mimic ship as well. You couldn't really get much because it was falling. Even with feather fall, it was still falling at quite a quickened pace from 10,000 feet in the air. I think I said 1,000 before, but that would be really low flying. So 10,000 I'm going to say. So as everybody else gets off the ship, Vondra and who did go back over?
Mouse.
Mouse.
And myself.
Mouse, Vondra, you went over, didn't you?
I didn't know. I don't
No.
think I did.
So Mouse and Abigail, as you two both jump back over the ship, and Vondra releases the spell, and the giant carcass just falls, snaps the ropes from the grapple hooks that have been launched over. You all just sort of look over. Emrys, you get a small sensation on your wrist, and you just see Mouse beginning to glow that familiar colour, that green essence, and oh bugger, poof, pops out of existence. She is.
She's going.
Emrys will just nod to her.
Has Giles seen her do this before? I'm trying to remember.
No.
I don't think Takuda's seen it before, has he?
I don't think so, because Mouse has been... Yeah, Takura's not seen Mouse Bamf yet, either.
Sorry, what was flagging hell?
No, he wouldn't, no.
Yeah, so Giles, Takura, and Vondra, this is the first experience you guys will have with Mouse Bamfing.
Wait. Where did she... I didn't know she could do that.
I didn't know you could turn into a dragon.
Oh, yes. Long story. Small version
suspect this-
is... Basically, I was involved in a cave-in and took on the spirit of an ancient dragon. Kuzan Ryu.
Wow.
Still learning how to... Well, and you could tell from the expression on Takura's face, like, he's exhausted. It's that doing that drained a lot from him. Sorry. Just... It's exhausting when I transform.
I'm not surprised. I mean, the energy levels you need to be a dragon, from what I've heard, is yeah, quite intense for a humanoid to take on that form. So, sorry, my cats are attacking each other. So I just stopped mid sentence.
Everybody looks
I
at
thought-
everybody looks at Vondra and like, did she say cats? Why? There's no cats here other than the one that's just disappeared.
Yeah, she just pulls two kittens out from under a cloak.
And they both look like a weird mix between Mouse and Stormcrow. Yeah, sorry. On you go.
Sorry, I mean, the Kizun Ryu thing's, not new to me, so that's why I'm more surprised at the Shadows situation. What the fuck? I'm saying to Emerus.
I mean, I
This,
got to agree.
this happens more often than you realize. She will be okay. She will be back soon.
So
And
she just
Emerus will just rub his bracelet thing.
and the bracelet that you're now ominously rubbing. What's
Give me an investigation
It's
check
her.
or a perception check. See if you actually see this.
okay? I will do perception cause I got a +5 on that. That's a 7. Never mind.
I just said to Giles, yeah, she's trapped inside the bracelet for 24 hours now.
I look at Emmerich like, release her at once, you monster!
She's not trapped. I do not know where she goes. But she will be back soon.
Oh, that's
Would
extremely strange.
would any of us know that she goes to Feywild, or? I know
I
she's
Um,
like,
remember if she told us.
I know she's like made references to the Feywild, but I'm trying to think if she's ever explicitly said that she goes to the Feywild.
No.
I think there was one time where she came back and she was like, "Whereabouts in the fair realm was that?" Kind of
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
flippant comment like that. Like it wasn't like, "Oh, I go to the fair realm."
Yeah, I couldn't remember if did she not tell you that like a small portion of the story when you guys were in the library?
I'm going to my notes now. Hang on.
Might have.
I'm sure that she'd said something then, but Giles wouldn't know what that is because that wasn't Giles that was there in the library.
I'll be honest, I wasn't there for the session, so...
Betty.
Oh, you weren't, were you?
Betty wasn't.
No. That's the page I got to. I'm like, ah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Don't worry, she might be making an appearance tonight.
No.
There's no Betty in the sky with diamonds.
You guys feel that it starts raining, but for some reason there's like The rain comes off viscous and sticky and
Has a faint vaginal stench about it. Sorry.
a bit cream eggy.
Oh, you twat.
Well, as long as Shadows is okay, I suppose. I'm going to be honest, it's maybe the third weirdest thing that's happened today, so that's fine.
Don't get used to that. Weird seems to follow us.
Ah, yes, I've noticed that, and I've noticed that in other groups similar to this one in the past. Or at least I think I have. Memory's a weird soup. I am going to go and see.
Weird soup.
What? No, that's
Same.
definitely not the same.
Oh, must be my mistake. Sorry, different cultures.
I'm gonna go see to my squires, and Giles will head off to the foredeck and basically start telling them what to do.
Okay, they will follow you down. One of them will come up. Rondok follows you. No ifix.
No ifix.
Yeah. As
Rhonda, where's your brother?
sorry, his magical prowess was requested from Lord Meron and Mags, just below her. And he starts battering with his foot on the deck.
Oh, well, I mean, if he's in service to someone else, then that's fair enough. Tell me, what kind of... I mean, obviously he's more magically inclined, whereas you're more physically inclined. What kind of magic does he specialize in?
The sort that comes out his fingers.
You, my friend, are going to need a little bit more classroom learning. Your brother's going to need a little bit more physical learning, but that's okay.
As you say that, he just starts making his pecs dance.
Yep. Also, humility is important. Anyway,
So-
if you have energy to do that, you have energy to do this, and I'm gonna just get so it's been 5 or 6 days. So by this point, I'm guessing that I have a barrel of water or something, like a full keg of water or something heavy that I've fastened straps to, and be like, "Come on, up and down the mast with you," and I just have him doing rounds of just going up and down the mast with this huge keg on him to build up strength and stuff.
Okay, that could be what you guys are doing for that then, if you're doing a little training montage with Rondok.
It's the eye of the Randok.
Everyone else, what would you like to do?
So, Stormcrow sort of walking downstairs to go get some sleep, and as he's walking down, everyone hears him go, "Thank fuck Mouse is gone, because I've got some serious apologising when she gets back."
Okay, doke. So are you going to the carriage, or are you going to just any of the random beds that are sort of strewn about the ship?
I'm just going to go to any random bed that's strewn about the ship and go get some sleep.
Okay, as you make your way down the ship, you pass one of the female ship hands.
Oh, here we go.
As you do, and I seen what you were all doing over there. Sorry we couldn't be much more help, Lord Stormcrow.
I'd sort of look at her and go, "Well, unless you can fly, I don't think you would have been a lot of use in that situation."
No, I can't fly, but I just thought I'd say hello.
Sort of give her a little bit of a grin as I walk past and just go, "And your name is?"
It's not Betty, if that's what you're wondering.
I'll give her a little bit of a shudder and just go, "Thank God for that."
You'll have to excuse me on that. Hold on. Don't. Why do you always
Why do
have
you
to
call
ask names?
Jessica.
No, that
He's
doesn't.
got to know I'm Ronin.
What race is she?
She's Elven.
Elvin. Ooh. What about? I can't think of one.
Elena.
Elena. That's a good name.
Elena. Yeah. My name's Elena.
And so they're going to go, hi, Elena. Yeah, it was a bit of an interesting day, but, you know, I'm sure it's not the first one we'll come across on this trip, and probably won't be the last either. So I just keep chatting to her as I sort of just sit on the bed.
Okay.
Nothing personal, nothing too extreme, just chatting away.
Okay. You're not going balls deep at the moment. That's fine. You've shown restraint.
Oh, no, I'm out of class.
Well, that's good then. Anyone else?
I'm probably going to go back to my room in the carriage, and I'm going to basically try and do more meditation and try and sort of strengthen the bond between me and my roommate.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's actually checked to make sure Vikram's not here yet, so that's fine.
Karen, how long of time do we have?
Before the long rest, or
Is this like before the long rest, or is this over a certain amount of days, or is this the next day?
Well,
What is it?
you guys have just finished up the battle. People have jumped back over, and then Giles has jumped straight into training. Stormcrows went over for the rest, so it's literally just right after the ship has been fiddled with. So we'll say this is just after the battle, maybe an hour or so after the battle. You've had a chance to sort of catch a breath. This is before the long rest, and then if you're wanting to do stuff after the long rest, you're more than welcome to.
Okay, I'll do something the next day.
Okie doke. This is just if anybody wants to do something, of course. Like, if nobody wants to, they could just go to bed and sleep through.
Emerus will walk over to the side of the ship and just like look over and just like spit, see, just watch it falling. And once it's out of sight, he's just gonna like meander back to her room and go sleep.
As Emerus walks to the side of the ship, I'm just gonna say, so are you and Mouse from like the same region of the same continent then? Because you have very similar accents.
Yes, we are from fairly near to each other.
Oh, that must be nice.
I actually owe my life to Mouse.
Really? Wow, that's quite the debt.
It's a life debt.
That's good. Good to have a companion though that looks out for you. It's it must be nice to go home.
Yeah. It's, shall we say, it will be interesting to go home. What's left of it.
Fairly
One of
close.
those situations.
Fairly close. 1,500 miles.
yeah, pretty close.
I was going to say, how do I get an indication of how quickly the ship has travelled, like across the ocean so far, like what it sort of does in a day?
Oh, that is a good question. I had
I
something.
can help you on that. One sec, DM. I could give you a little, because I have that noted somewhere. It's
I'm going to guess
about
it's a couple
8
hundred miles.
Airship normal pace is about 8 miles per hour. So
And I assume it can go 24 hours a day because there's a ship manning it constantly.
I would say there'd probably be slower parts of the day, as like the towards the night there'd probably be less crew on board, but not on board, but like working. But there'd probably be people keeping it going, I reckon.
Yeah. So basically, the way that airships work in in my world you have pieces of Alvar, which is basically like
Yeah.
gravity-defying, pulsating ore, metal ore sort of thing, and they're usually affixed in, especially in airships and that. So if you look on the thing, on the fourth section, the back bit, that's essentially where all the Alvar's kept. So that generates there, but it needs a magical like pulse being put through it. So for it to constantly, like, it doesn't need to be like constant. Somebody needs to be up 24/7 doing it, but it's like somebody expelling like a spell slot on it every few hours to keep the pulse going through it, to keep it aloft and to keep it pushing. So yeah, we could 8 to 10 miles would probably be roughly what I would say you could do.
That's what it says per hour according to my sources. But so
See,
What-
oh,
What did I say?
you said
8 to 10.
8 to 10 per day.
Oh, today? No, I meant per hour. Sorry, as well. Yeah, yeah. So
8 miles a day.
yeah, 8 miles a day. You would be
Fucking walk, thanks.
walking backwards. You'd get fucking further. So
Yeah, after Vondra sort of asks Emerus about that, then she'll just go. Well, when everyone's back up to strength, I might have to ask somebody to show me do the rounds, show me what the ship's all about, and get to know you all a bit, and
Yes.
definitely have a drink, because and you can see Vondra's got like a little tankard just hanging off her, like a little ore tankard hanging off her belt, so you can see that she's very familiar with drinking, just because she's always got a tankard on hand.
Oh, another pisshead.
Ah, it's like Romala's back, isn't it?
Oh, you'll have to regale me with tales of Ramala when the moment's right.
Yeah.
Suddenly you hear
Sounds like a good plan.
you hear a voice bursting from the door. Ramala, where's Ramala?
No.
Shitting himself as he runs up. Oh, fuck me, man. Yeah, I just rolled there. Everybody dies.
Oh man, well, it's fun playing with you.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Emrys, what were you replying back to Vondra?
Everyone would be like, that sounds like a good plan. How tall is Vondra?
I think she's 3 feet. Let me double check. Yeah, she's 3 feet exactly.
Okay, so Emrys will kind of just like reach down and just like pat Vondra on the head and like, I need to get some rest. We'll speak more tomorrow.
Yeah, you
You
sleep
should
well,
get some
big
rest
man,
too. It's been a long day.
for sure. Yeah, and she'll just go. Vondra will just go wandering off looking for a drink, just to go sit somewhere in the ship with and just sip away until she falls asleep.
You make your way to like going past some of the crew. Imagine you asking them, say, "Oh, there's a galley downstairs. Just our big guy Mike. He should be there. Mike Oxmall."
Oh my god.
You get downstairs and you see like the giant minotaur sort of sitting there having a drink at this bit, and you just hear, "Oh, for fuck's sake! Shouldn't have come on this flight." You see another halfling sort of wandering about, looking at you. "What can I do for you?"
Of course he's a halfling.
Well, first of all, I'll go. What's his deal? What's he moaning about? The
Oh, for
halfling, reference to the Minotaur.
He just sort of snorts and something about an idiot sandwich.
Yes.
And he
Idiot
starts sort of
sandwich.
lumbering off.
I'll just go to the halfling. Oh, he's made me hungry now, talking about sandwiches. Now I'm going to have some food with my drink. Goodness sake. Have you got any food on this ship?
Yeah, I suppose I do. Hold on. And you see he starts like making like this beautiful like performance. Let's see. Yeah. He makes like this beautiful like, what is it you're looking for?
Meat, veg, bread.
I can do that all in one. Give me a few hours. I'll make you a beef Wellington. And he starts rolling out the stuff and freaking magically provides you a beef Wellington quicker than he said.
Well, that is not what I was expecting. What's your name, chap?
Rodon.
Rodon.
Rodon Gamzee.
Rodon. Nice to meet you. I'm Vondra. Oh.
Nice to meet you. Now fuck off.
Oh, all right then. I'll take my beef Wellington and ale and or whatever alcohol he's giving me, and go find a quiet corner just to recuperate until the next day.
Okie doke. If nobody
She
got
just-
it, it's Gordon Ramsay you have in the kitchen. Just in case.
Yeah. As Vondra walks off, she just mutters to herself out of earshot. She goes, "Looking, I was gonna get to know that chap. I was gonna suits himself," and then just pisses off. Gets the hint. He's a busy man.
He's a very busy man. You see, he's cooking for quite a large group of people, and he's getting himself very stressed out.
Yeah, he's got no time for newcomers yet.
No, he is a newcomer himself. He's just quit his job.
At
He's got no
the,
time for anyone.
at the tavern we picked you up in.
I thought the voice sounded familiar.
He walked out as Stormcrow was coming up to speak to Taffy.
So was it him effing and swearing and blinding, or was it the Minotaur?
It was him.
It was him. Okay.
The Minotaur was just standing there dumbfounded.
Wonderful.
Is that everything for Vondra?
Yeah, yeah.
Abigail, are you wanting to do anything?
We were 2 stages into, like, if we're ever go now, into Abby trying to get proficiency in a disguise kit. Can we see if we can finish that off, perchance?
Yes. What happened with the last one? Do you have the notes? Your notes there?
Yeah, it was so we had 1 success, 1 failure, and so we're on 1 pass, 1 failure actually. So I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Right. So I think the way that I was ruling it was that if you passed it, you got onto the next stage. Then you had to pass that, and then the final one. So because you've failed this
It's
one,
restarting.
it's restarting it. So you're
Yeah,
having
that's all
to
good.
relearn what you're doing. So the way I was doing it before, I think I said it the wrong way last time. I think I said the first time you get it at disadvantage, then it worked its way like that way. It should have actually been in reverse. So if you give me a performance check in with advantage,
Okie dokie. We can use regular dice now, can't we?
yes, I'll allow it.
Thank you.
Even though Sean was being really nasty earlier on.
Right, so, well, that one was no good. And yet, somehow that was the better of the 2. So I rolled a 2 and a 1. I've got a +3, so 5.
Yeah, so you go back to your kit, focusing on the last time, like, okay, got to be better than the last time, pick out the stuff, blah, 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 and yeah, this will really trick everybody, and you accidentally do the same thing. You've got the big glasses on, the weird fake nose and the fake mustache underneath, that part of those party things. Yeah, this is definitely going to fool everyone. And you wander out and everybody looks, going past you, "Hi Abigail." It's like, ah, shit. Yeah, you'll need to retry it again in a week.
Yeah, all good.
Okay. Everything for everyone?
Yeah, once Giles has drilled the boys for a while, he'll go to bed tired. Okay.
Neva's jealous. So, you guys can have a long rest. If there's nothing you guys want to do the day after... No, yep. Yeah?
Did you figure out what sort of role I would have to do to sort of make a stronger connection with me and Guz and Ryu?
Oh no, I was meant to do that, wasn't I? I've got that much shit that I keep forgetting. I was thinking at the time an Arcana.
Okay.
Or either an Arcana or a Nature. Like...
I think you'll tend more towards Arcana, to be fair.
Yeah. Like, the only reason I thought Nature is because of what he is, like, and how you're communicating and dealing with it, sort of thing as well. Like, those are the two magical ones that I was thinking.
That's a 13.
13. Yeah, so I'll say that as you're sort of there meditating and focusing on your ability, you're just hearing in the background, hearing the voice. You should have called on me earlier. I was to fight that thing.
I thought you were sleeping. But if we are to succeed, I must gain strength myself. While I do appreciate that you want strength and you want to fight, but if there is a time where I need to defend myself and I cannot rely upon you, I need to be stronger myself.
Good. Maybe there's hope for you yet.
These people we travel with now, they could be friends to us. They are friends to us. I know I've put us in a difficult situation with what happened there, but I think it's worth the cost.
If that's what you think. You're a fool.
Maybe.
And 2 seconds. As you commune, and he says, "You're a fool. You cannot see, can you?"
See what?
One who travels with you is not one that is a friend.
Who?
Now that would be telling. And as he says that, you feel a surge, and it woof. He pushes you back mentally, and locks you out for the evening.
Someone who infuriating creature. Someone who wants to help. You're not being very helpful.
You just hear him pop back in. No. And I'll pop you back over.
Okay.
Campaign 1, we did start from the very beginning, but we've just not had the time to carry on with it. But
Yep.
I know it gets
Yep,
better once
like-
Tiberius leaves.
Yeah, skip to like 28 or 29 because he is the worst. I
Can't-
hate him.
Carry on regardless.
They're back.
So, is there anything anybody else would like to do?
Please.
Oh yeah, oh you go.
You.
Okay, so Neva will drop by Miron if he's at his forge or not.
Okay, you go and tap to the room on the upper deck, but below the upper deck, whatever you would call that bit. I actually think you need to go through. I can't figure out the setup of this. I think you need to go into that doorway to then get down to the lower part.
Yeah.
So as you come up the stairs, you see the little doorway that you know that Mayron and Mags have sort of claimed for the forge. You chap on the door, and you just hear, "Enter."
She pops her head in. Hi, are you super busy?
Not super busy. What can we do for you? It's been a while, Neva. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing better.
That's good.
So I had a really crazy idea, and
Of course you
you
did.
are the person to come to when you have really crazy ideas.
Now,
So-
hang on. That's what have I done that's crazy?
Blades and backs. There's other stuff that I can't
No.
remember off the top of my head.
Technically, that was Emrys.
You are the one that put them in.
Granted, I'll let you have that one.
Okay. See, I was going to do this in Sean's campaign, but I'm going to do it in this campaign as well. So she'll just be like, during the battle yesterday, I was hearing that they had to be, brought back, a couple of times. Sean, for fuck's sake.
Sorry.
Tried to put something in the bin and nearly conked me in the head. They had to get brought back a couple of times, and obviously, Mouse is only one person, and you have to get to the person to give healing potions.
I know what you're up to.
So I had this idea that we could make healing potion bombs, where Donna is taking this from Baldur's Gate when you can throw a potion at someone and it brings them up. Just so
Okay.
you get rid
Oh no, I got exactly what you were meaning as soon as you said it. I was
actually
like,
a really fucking good idea.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
she brought it up with me a few weeks ago. And I was like,
I was going to bring it up, but Tommy's been off the last two sessions because Willow was going to bring it up with Tommy, but I'm going to just do it in here as well. So yeah, I'm wondering if we can maybe try and do something like that.
You just see the two. You see the elf put his hand over his chin and start. That's actually a very good idea, Neva. Turns to Mags. What do you think? This is a very good idea. I cannot believe none of us thought of this before.
Just I just thought about, if you could maybe throw it 20 or 30 feet, and I don't know.
Boy, you have a really strong throwing arm. If you can throw 30 feet.
I don't know. This is me just being a tip. 20 feet as a bonus action.
you see them that sort of turn, so they're like, what does she mean? Throw it as a bonus action? Is there something wrong with her? Is she some sort of thunder goer or whatever you would call it? That's something in Sean's campaign, by the way. He's decided to make a meta couple of people in there that like know D&D is. Yeah, so they're sort of looking like, what?
One of the funniest things I've ever come up with. By the way. I love them so much.
So you see them sort of yapping away to each other, and they're talking sort of schematics and things like that. And it's would Neva have an understanding of this sort of stuff? Do you know? Do you think? Like talking plans and blueprints and stuff like that. Do you think she would?
I think she would maybe have a rough idea of what they were talking about, but not like totally down to measurements, etc.
Yeah, so they're sort of yapping away about it, and they're talking this stuff. So how would we get the Neva, do you have an idea of sort of what the components would be? What is your idea? Seems what is yours?
Well, I don't really know. I can give you one of my healing potions so you can fiddle around with it to
I think
make
we could probably make something ourselves. Just
Okay.
trying to figure out what the thing would be created from, and just yapping away to each other, and you just hear from behind you, Neva, from like a small room. Sorry, thinking about this, maybe some sort of ceramic casing. Maybe that would help. And you just see iFix come from like what looks to be like a small library. And you just that's actually a superior idea. That you throw it and it shatters and poof. You know what? Give the three of us give the
that's a
three of
way
us a few
better
days,
idea.
just to
I was thinking like a burglary casing, but that could burst in your pocket.
Willow's just popped into the chat.
they all sort of give you this blank stare, like, thank you, Neva. Do you want our keys to go and play in the corner with? I'm only joking. He doesn't say that. Here's the shiny. Here's the shiny. No, he doesn't speak to you like you're a fucking child. Yeah, he just sort of looks at you and says, we'll brainstorm it if you're okay with this. We'll try and get something sorted for you, and then once we have it all, we'll show you a working prototype.
Perfect. Thank you. I think. Do you need any thing from me? Money or She starts like patting her pockets like, what the fuck do I have on me?
We'll see what we have. If we have something here we can work with, then that's fine. If not, when we touch down, wherever we're touching down, we will go off, find something, tell you how much we need.
Cool.
At this point, were you still talking about it?
I just had another thing to add.
Yeah, Sean, calm down. It's not all about you.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm very self-centered, I'm sorry.
You are.
Just
You're
going
not.
to be like, I've had good berries before. I don't know if that's like a good thing to add. Yeah, I'm sure there's a druid somewhere that could create them if you need.
I think we're going to swampy lands, aren't we? So there has to be druids in Mouse's homelands somewhere.
Oh, got you. Okay, I'm off.
I love you both.
It's she'll just kind of like walk backwards, and then when she gets to the door, just go out like kind of awkwardly, like I've dropped my big idea. Now I don't know what to say. I'm going.
Well, this is going on. Can Giles come in kind of looking for iFix? Oh,
Yeah, you can find your way in.
Smith, are you needing him today?
Yes. As he looks
Oh,
over and
okay.
he sees the panic in iFix's eyes. Yes. Lady Neva has requested our assistance in creating something for you. So, and the boy is very well educated, and
Okay.
he's gave some good ideas for it.
As long as he's being useful, I suppose. Can I make an insight check on him just to see how truthful he's being?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. I got 20.
He got a 21 in persuasion. He's
Let's
being
see that.
he's being genuine about iFix.
Oh, fair enough. That's fine. I will get you to run exercises later, but if you're being productive, I'm more than happy for you to stay here and help the good Smith. What kind of magic is it, iFix, that you focus on? What's your brand of magic?
Oh, I like creating things. So I'm more like into making magic and like mechanical things.
Ah, okay. So you are at the perfect place then. I was basically trying to work out who I would ask to mentor you, but you found the right people, it seems.
Yes, thank you. It's like the charm that I made for me and my brother. He just shows like this little sort of button thing. Seems to generate a little bit of magic. So if we wore that, it would generate like a little bit of the disguise, like uh, changing magic.
That's very impressive, iFix.
Well, thank you very
Okay.
much.
It's
You
good
should
to have
see.
you along.
I have this idea. I'm going to make like a giant gorilla, made a robotic gorilla.
At this point, Giles gets PTSD. Just like, oh. No, he will then throw iFix a bag of. I believe I said to them I'd pay them 10 gold a week each. I believe it was. So I will throw him 10 gold and be like, okay, very well. I will try and see if I can strengthen your brother's brain then. Very good. And and before I leave as well, I'll say, and Meron, how's my shield coming along?
Above table. Did I say I was making a shield again? Did I?
Animated one, yeah. Before we left, Meron said he would make it.
On table. You see panic in his eyes. Yes, really, really well.
It's fine. It's okay. Just whenever you get a chance, okay?
Like the way things work here is like because like we got attacked, like the mimic came onto the ship and basically stole all my components, and I need to just when they stole the shit, like just no problem. I'll get it done as soon as.
Okay, next time with a little less of the bullshit. That'll be great. Thank you. And I'll be like, Eva, how are you?
Giles, can I pick your brain just a second, please?
Of course.
Since
Maron's still giving you this weird look, like this weird awkward look that the two of you have with each other.
Giles is like turning his back on him so he doesn't have to see his eyes in the corner of his own eye. let's step out here. Actually, could we step out here and talk?
Yeah. So Neva is just walking alongside Giles, and she goes, "So I saw yesterday that you were running some drills with Rondock.
Yes.
Do you fancy another mentee?"
Absolutely. I mean, although I don't think I could call you a mentee, I would call you a consulting expert. Really, the way I've seen you fight. But of course,
I just want to get but just a bit stronger.
absolutely.
I want you to really put me through my paces.
I
Wow.
I would love that, Neva. Actually, I really would. I felt a bit of a strange kind of awkward tension since I arrived, which I understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry. It's fine.
I'm feeling better in myself, and I feel not as devastated because I don't believe you is dead. So I'm okay.
Well, good. And I've found that having faith in your friends and others is never a bad thing, even if you do find out the worst.
She smiles and she pats her Athena. What's it called?
Pendant.
Pendant. I was going to call it a medallion, but it's not a medallion.
You could call it a medallion if you wanted. They're basically the same thing.
Call it an amulet.
Or an amulet, yeah.
So yeah. Can Neva start training Darren? Maybe, and if she trains really hard with Giles, she can just maybe like boost her con maybe by 1 point.
I imagine it'll take a lot of training.
Yeah, it would take a while of training. It would take a good amount of training to be able to boost something up like that. But I could be persuaded.
She's going to be super great at training.
How about this, Darren? If you tell me what your next pick is, I'll make sure and give it loads of points on Music League, okay?
No, that's not going to work this time. You had your opportunity, and your mouth fucking ran up a check that you obviously can't cash now, so...
Fuck y'all.
Exactly. You used the word
yeah.
generic against me, so...
Listen,
Fuck you.
if you don't want to use that word, don't upload generic music. Do you know what I mean?
Sean, I need something.
He's kicked us.
What did I do?
Huh?
What did I do?
Well,
You kicked us from Roll20.
No, never.
It says that we've been kicked.
How the fuck could you be kicked?
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go training.
Beyond 20 has been installed or updated.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll sort it. That's really weird. But yeah, so yeah, we'll go training. I will. I'll have like Neva run through a lot of the same. Oh, shit, wrong one. Run through a lot of the same paces as Rondock, and Giles will be doing it as well. I'll also have Neva like firing Eldritch blasts at Rondock and try to get him to dodge them, and we'll just be doing a bit of training and shit.
Right, so... just for shits and giggles, can I get athletics check from Neva, please?
+1. Good.
Good start.
Can I guide myself? No.
Yeah, guide yourself.
Okay.
I'll be nice the first roll.
13 plus 2 plus 1, 16.
Okay, I'll say that with your multiple battles that you've had and the minor training from your before times, you managed to go through your first proper session with Giles. I'll say that he's maybe holding back a little bit, just so he can gauge how well you are with it.
No, that's cool. Thank you.
But the way this will work, it'll be the same thing as with Tommy's stuff. We'll roll it as once a week. If you fail and it gets too difficult, you basically restart.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
But it will be more than 3 sessions. It would be for that, because at least like Tommy's stuff's like learning how to use a disguise. It's disguise kit, isn't it? You're trying to become proficient in, whereas you're asking basically to build up your own ability scores.
Yeah,
with that. So
with Abby, the whole thing above the table, the whole reason why Abby's trying to do it is because Abby wants to be able to look masculine when they want to be. So that's the whole reason why Abby keeps on trying to toy with it.
alright, okay, no problem. Okay, so is that everything you guys wanted to do?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Anything else anybody else wants to do?
Nope.
I'll just say Vondra, whilst having a tipple, will, after finishing food, we'll just wander around looking for just what books are on the ship, if there's any sort of bookcases anywhere. Nothing, not looking for anything in particular. Just fancies a bit of a read before going to sleep, if there's anything.
Okay, doc. Yeah, if you give me an investigation check.
Sure, yeah. There you go. Done that on D&D Beyond. 19.
19, perfect. Yeah, you managed to find your way around the ships. There's oh, why the fuck is that? There we go. There are multiple areas that are like resting bits, but you find your way up to the top deck area. One of the sailors has told you that the front bit with where the crafters are all staying, there's a library in there.
Awesome. Yeah, she'll just go pop herself on the floor there then and just flick away and see what they've got in there.
Yeah, you wander in, you see the two crafters sort of at the furnaces and stuff, just banging away at just see you. Can I help you?
Hi, yeah, I'm new here. I'm Vondra. With the main party. What are your names? I've just come looking for books to read before bed. I like a bit of a bedtime story before.
Yes,
falling
yes.
asleep.
You're that one. Apologies, I've not introduced myself yet. I'm Mayron Artano, and the red-headed Elvin Smith comes over to you and throws out his hand and introduces himself.
I'll give him as firm a shake as a 3-foot halfling can give.
Give me a strength check.
Yay! Break his hand.
Vondra was the only person who managed to pass that last time. Remember, so.
Yeah, she rolled a straight 16. No modifiers.
Oof! He rolled an 8 as a contest. He goes up and you give him the firmest handshake ever, and for as rough and calloused as these hands look, they still feel like dainty elven hands. And you're like, oh, quite a grip you have on there. And
impressive.
The green-skinned person at the back sort of turns around to you. Hello there. My name is Mags, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What race is Mags? Is she an elf as well, or?
Mags is Verdalkin, I believe. Verdan.
Was it Verdan?
Yeah,
Verdan.
Verdan.
We do this every time.
Yeah, it's because they're right beside each other and they basically have the same fucking setup of words. And I get it mixed up all the time. And for some reason I've said to myself it's Verdalkin before. It's Verdan.
Yeah, we've both done it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just see the green sort of skin, like there's tinges of blue and stuff like that, and you see that the skin sort of, even though they're outwardly portraying as male, there's some sort of like femininity about the way that they're standing and doing stuff, and you see a gentleness. No.
Just Mags.
Mags is because Mags is Verdan. They don't go by male, female, anything like that. So it's just them.
Cool. I'll make a note of that. Cool.
Just like Abigail's, they them as well.
Yeah, is androgynous the right word to describe it? Is that the right word? Like,
I don't know how.
Dexterous. I'm only joking.
I'd say with Mags it would be sort of a borderline androgynous type thing, because obviously Mags's mannerisms are still from when they were femme presenting, because they just woke up masked today. So it's like they almost randomly switch between male and female. Like literally we went to bed and then Mags woke up masculine. Which was a bit of a shock for Abby.
Yeah, because Verdanians, or Verdans, sorry, it's literally in the book that their bodies are made of chaos magic or something like that. So like they could literally they fluctuate between male and female, presenting basically on a whim. So depending on how they feel.
Would I have experienced meeting any Verdanians before, or would I have only experienced, say, like a changeling type creature or humanoid?
Give me a history check, please.
Ooh.
We don't get very many history checks, but
19.
You know, because you are a learned scholar, like even though it's not the like the school of magic that you go by, it's still enough to know that it was part of your lessons, like humanoid anatomy and things like that, and the learning. And then there'll also be the social sort of classes like you take as well, like how to deal with people not from your culture and whatnot. You'll learn like the histories of different races, like from when Idrisil was a young planet and the convergence, and that brought everybody to the planet, and all that sort of outward scoping, like history and lore around people. You could have met Verdans before.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to have met them before, you're more than welcome to have.
I'd probably say she's unlikely to have, so she'll be very intrigued to meet this type of this race for a first time, but she won't like make it obvious that she's never met them. She'll be polite and courteous and just say, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. I hope you don't mind if I look through some of your books. Is there anything sensitive that I shouldn't be snooping around in, or is it free for all? I can just read whatever."
These were all the books that were provided on the ship before we got here. You're more than welcome. I think we still have some in the carriage as well. I don't know if like Mouse keeps a small collection of books somewhere. I'm not sure if Neva does. I think she does somewhere. I know Ramala used to keep books, but you do not want to see those.
Well, As Mayron on Mag says this about Mouse's collection and then Ramala's collection, you'll see Vondra's eyes just light up like a kid at Christmas, and just be like, doesn't say anything, but it just looks very happy and excited about this, in anticipation for Mouse coming back in her head. Thinks, I'm gonna have to talk to her about that, find out more, and then it also starts plotting in her head like, I'm going to start bringing more books onto the ship, and just starting a book collection on top of what she's already got. So
Oh, I thought you were going to go book stealing.
Yeah. I also thought you were going to check out Ramala's porn collection, but
well, I wouldn't know about that yet. So
Yeah, you've not actually been in the carriage yet. That's the fun. That's the fun thing.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you just know that there's goats hanging about, and then people keep saying that there's somebody there. There's something
I'm assuming
in that.
on roll. Yeah, I'm assuming on roll 20, the way the ship's laid out, left to right, is like that's top deck, second, third, fourth level. I'm assuming.
Yeah, so
as you go down.
Far left is top deck, from obviously thingy. Second level is still top deck, but underneath the captain's quarter, the captain's helm, and then underneath the front with the ballista. That's like still the same level, but just along the. I don't know what the proper wording for it would be. But yeah, those ones are basically the first level, then second level, then bottom deck is the fourth one.
Cool.
Vondra, you would have probably as well have seen Giles had a big stack of about 15 books that he'd bought just before you met the party.
Okay.
So you would probably have seen that he had a bunch of books too.
Yeah, history books and stuff. So
excellent. Yeah,
And
Vondra's very happy with all the book collectors.
yeah, and all the stuff that you would sort of find on this part of the ship would be more like travel guides and things like that. You know, like the port cities and whatnot. There's some good like magical theorem books and whatnot, but there's maybe like one or two that have just been collected for whatever. The rest like no sci-fi, like sailing romantic novels and like dirty limerick books for the bards and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Well, she's game for anything, so she's she's not fussy, but she's a quick reader, so yeah, she'll get stuck in. She'll go in. I'm assuming that's like a wall. She'll go in and just like sit down on the floor and just I assume there's a bit of a warmth from the forge, sort of emanating through the room.
Yeah,
just making herself cozy with a book.
Yeah, basically, like this room it's closed off, but because of all the work that iFix and Mayron and Mags are all doing, this place has sort of kept itself open for it as well, for them to be shouting out in between and stuff, and everything's kept itself nice and cozy.
Yeah, she'll settle down there then for the night.
Okay,
for the moment.
Everybody else?
Abby is going to quickly nip into their room in the carriage and
Okey-doke.
grab the sentinel shield, and then
All
go and
right.
find Giles.
Okie doke.
Giles is a training camp going here.
Giles, can I grab you a moment?
Yeah.
So, Mags, before we left, mentioned you were trying to get a shield of some kind, and you're waiting for it, or something along those lines. I have a shield. It's not. I don't know if it's the sort of thing you were looking for, but I was kind of waiting for one of our friends to come back, and it doesn't look like they'll be here for a while. So I have one you can borrow in the meantime. And at which point, go on.
No, that's it.
At which point, Abby will then sort of pull out the sentinel shield and be like, I tried using it myself. S- Being close up isn't my sort of, well, style, and it's too heavy when I have my bow. So until either your shield is done or our friend returns, you may borrow this. And I want you to understand that before yesterday, I wouldn't have thought of this, but everyone else seems to be accepting you, and I want to give you a chance. So this is me giving you a chance.
Oh. Well, thank you very much. I don't know if I'll be able to use it. I use my glaive in two hands. The shield I'm getting is one that'll, it can shield me independently of my hands. But yes, I would be honored to take this.
Well, hopefully it comes in handy at some point. I know, as you say, with your glaive, it might be a bit more difficult, but hopefully. At which point, if Darren, if you want to do it or whatever, we'll just swap the shield out of my inventory into Giles's.
Yeah, okay, I'll get something sorted for that.
I can add it if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Aye,
you go. You've got
just
it.
take it out your inventory, Tommy, and put and
Yep.
Sean, you add it to yours.
Thank you,
Sorted.
Abigail. And thank you for giving me a chance. I just want to help. There's a lot of evil in the world, and it seems 3,000 years away hasn't changed that fact. I'm a little bit lost, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. And I've attached myself to you guys in the hope that maybe I can find some form of purpose again.
And
So
I hope you do. I mean, at which point Abby is going to twist the left wrist where the burden embrace is, and sort of pull down like the pauldron retract itself to reveal the dragon mark.
Okay, as you sort of reveal the dragon mark, you see that that since the last time you looked, it's actually grown in size and found its way further down. More skins went necrotic and necrotic-y, like scale looking.
We all have our own battles with evil, and if you can help, and I'll gesture to my arm and be like, trust me, I'd appreciate it. So seriously, don't fuck up this chance.
I mean, okay. I won't. Do I know anything about this, Mark? Because obviously above table, I know it's probably related to the realm that Giles had been in for 3,000 years. Is there any like connection Giles can make about that?
Above table, the mark that is on Abigail is different from where you were.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
The essence of where you were was that of dark magic and death, but the way everything was, it was like it was very much twisted and altered. Like it was a strange realm to be in. This doesn't give off that same vibe.
So I have no idea.
No,
I mean,
you see this, and you see, if you see the mark, you just see like in your head what you would imagine somebody who's taken like a cut and it's become infected, but this infection looks deeper, it looks more visceral, it looks wrong. but it's not anything that you've seen. You didn't see anything that looked like that across the other side.
Yeah.
Everything just looked like it was real over that side, but it looked like the shadow of itself.
Okay. I mean, that looks like something we would definitely need to sort if we can. That looks really bad. But okay, yeah. Thank you. I won't let you down.
So,
Hello.
There we go. Sorry. Hello. At which point Abigail is going to once again twist the wrist, reactivate the embrace, and Wonder sort of off and check in on Mags. Just general chit chat with Mags though, nothing major.
okay. Anybody else?
I'm kind of pondering what was said to me while doing my long rest. I'm going to stay there in my room alone, meditating, but pondering.
Okey-doke. Yeah, I was joking earlier on. You don't need to worry about Vikram. He was like Neva made sure that he got punted off that ship, and she didn't want anything to do with him ever again. Like,
Understandable.
she made that very clear, so you don't need to worry about him wandering into your room or anything like that.
Okay.
He is the worst.
Stormcrow.
Nothing but very much. Just been sitting there chatting with Elena and just sort of playing some music and shit like that. You know, nothing too intense. Just sitting there chatting with her, finding out about her life, all that sort of nonsense.
Okay. So, another couple of days pass. You guys. Hey, you guys. I need to see something. The sailor went to CCC.
What did him see?
So you guys would have been there. So I'll say, after a few days travel, you guys are now within spitting distance of the Duat.
Do what? Do what?
Can I get a perception check from Emerus, please?
I got a 10.
10.
You look off into the distance and you see what seems to be familiar mountain ranges, but due to your oblivious nature, we'll say, you just saw you part of you goes, is that back, are we back in Starlight Peaks? That was quick. But for everyone else, this is the northern mountain ranges of the Duat. As you get in closer, you feel like the temperature the air starts to feel a little bit different. Because of the temperature, everything feels hot. There's a sticky feeling to like the entirety of the air, you know. The everything just feels a lot different than what you were used to with on Endeavour. Even though you could see across and see like snowy peaks, it doesn't feel like it should be cold. It feels like it's absolutely roasting and boiling.
If Vondra notices people feeling a little like uncomfortable with the climate, she'll just start regularly handing out prestidigitation and just making people feel a little bit more comfortable.
See now, this is strange. We're not used to somebody being useful with prestidigitation. Usually it's somebody making someone smell of shit or something like that. You know, that's
Who would do that?
yeah. Who would do such a thing?
Romala. I will make a point of asking Vondra not to do that to me or Neva or any of my squires during training. I'll be saying things like, listen, you can't decide the conditions you'll be fighting in. Fighting can happen at any moment, at any time. Doesn't matter if the sun's up, you're next to a volcano, it's polar ice caps. So we're going to train in the heat.
Fair. I didn't realise.
Oh, no, thank you. It's a very, very kind of you.
Neva's like glaring at Giles, but like not in a I'm gonna kill you way, but just in a fuck you kind of way.
Yeah, like you're an asshole. That's exactly what he's going for. Oh, by the way, Vondra, I've seen you reading quite a lot around the ship. Just before we left, picked up a load of books. If you want, you can help yourself to, as long as it doesn't have a bookmark in it, because that's one that I'm on. But help yourself to any of my books if you want to read them.
Oh, thank you, Giles. That's very generous of you. I'll definitely take you up on that offer. But I know what you mean about bookmarks. It's a nightmare when you lose your place, or when someone borrows a book that you're in the middle of. It's awful. One of the worst things.
It really is. It should be punishable by death, but I know you're a fellow bookworm, so that is fine. I'm always saying, to be honest, a life without books is a life not lived.
Absolutely, there's a lot to be learned from books, and Vondra just lets out a little giggle at your comment about books, in a positive way.
No, I get that. At this point, Giles will kind of give you a smile and go, Rondoc! Stop flirting! Get back to it!
You just see him sort of straps the barrel back on his back and just like Luke Skywalker starts running around the decks, up and down the stairs and all that sort of stuff with it.
Speaking of books, that boy needs to start reading some more.
So Giles, tell me about what you're doing here. So you're training members of the ship, some of the crew up. Is that what you're doing?
Well, Neva here asked for some training, physical training to, improve stamina and toughness and things like that. Rondoc and Ifix, well, as far as I'm aware, I'm not sure on the full story, but their father was a good friend to the Arashtra before they passed away during a battle they had, apparently on this ship, before the ship became Skyborn. Those two lads are his two oldest boys. Twilks was his name, Sir Twilk or Gungson. He was previously a Knight of the Peaks, like I am. So the two boys stowed away on the ship, intent on hunting down and killing the individuals that killed their father, who our group are now, as far as I'm aware, eventually plan to catch up with these people and kill them ourselves. I gave them positions as my squires, partially because I want to honor a fellow Knight of the Peaks. Partially, mostly because it's their right to do it. They're both men, and it is their right to want to go and seek vengeance. And if they want to take up a life of fighting, then, well, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they are the best fighting men that I can make them.
On
Oh, that's on. Sorry, go on, Neva.
On his way like Neva's way past, she would say he's bossy, and like carries on with her barrel, like swearing and like under her breath.
Giles is like keeping a stern face, but you can just see a small quirk of a smile. Yes, if they think they've got it bad, they should see the man who trained me. Whew, that was a lot worse.
Well, that
But
seems
yes,
like
that's what's happening here. I think there'll be some good. I think they'll be good.
an eye for an eye. I can understand that.
So, Vondra, this is your first time traveling, I believe.
Pretty much, yeah. It's definitely been an experience so far. Definitely never seen a mimic that big.
Yes, that was a new one on me as well. That was pretty horrible. Have you, I mean, enjoyed? Might not be the right word, but have you? Was it what you expected?
Absolutely, it's been amazing fun so far. I mean, getting to fight a creature that big, flying around in the air, on an airship, with all of you guys and girls beating the shit out of stuff, has been great fun. I'm loving it. I had best night's sleep ever. Got some drink, got a good sleep. I was exhausted. Read a book before bed. I mean, I'm in heaven. I've got food. I've got drink. Getting to test out my magic. Getting to see the world from the sky. It's fab. I've got no complaints so far. And I mean this continent that we're going to. I mean, some of it that left bit looks like a seahorse. I mean, have you ever seen anything that's like that before? I haven't. This place seems amazing. So I can't wait to find out what's in store down there. To be honest.
Mm.
Oh my god, it
Try
does
not
look like
to-
a seahorse.
Yeah, I never noticed that. I just thought it looked like the number 3.
It does, yeah.
Oh my god, it does look a seahorse. Cheers,
My
you guys.
advice,
Why
Vondra.
do I see my uncle in all this?
Why is this therapist showing me pictures of my mother's vagina? No, my one piece of advice, though, Vondra,
Yeah.
is to try not to love the fighting too much.
Okay.
Not to be a buzzkill or anything, but I found with men that I used to command in the past, the ones that loved the fight, usually because they were, well, a bit slagged in the head.
You just call
You
Vondra
should-
a slag.
No, Giles, cause Giles is from a long, long time ago. I'm saying that slag is like the word fuck for him. So it's like it's like old slang. So yeah, they're quite slagged in the head. Fighting should be a necessity, but never something that you do for pleasure, unless it's a tournament or something.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 copper on it anyway.
Yeah, you don't want the red mist to descend, I suppose, unless you're in a life or death situation. So I get that. I get it. I think it was a nice way to really test my skills and see what you were all capable of, and yeah, it was sort of a baptism of fire. But I like fire, so I enjoyed it. But I'll bear that advice in mind.
I understand. You did well, for what it's worth. If that was your first ever battle, you kept your
It's not-
head.
Thank
No?
you. It wasn't my first battle, but it was definitely probably my probably the hardest fight I've had before. It's definitely, you guys definitely take things up a level, and I want to make sure I do you all proud.
As Giles says, the hardest battle you've ever done. Can I get a history check, please, Vondra?
Sure, yeah. 21.
Yeah, images flashback of your childhood and the training your mother would put you through, and seeing the way that Giles is training Rondok and Neva, you get the sense that he is pushing them. You're getting the same sort of feeling from him that you got from her. That it's done, like, the hard stuff that makes it look like that he's doing to the young lad, it's not coming from a place of doing it to be hard. There's a sense of love and duty behind it.
Yeah. So you'll see a look of sort of respect and acknowledgement from Vonda towards Giles once she understands that. Yeah, she's very much on board with what he's doing. And she'll
Anyway,
just look
Vonda.
out onto the sea.
Yeah, I was going to say, anyway, enjoy the books. If you find any good ones that I haven't read yet, let me know.
Thank you. That's very generous. I'll have a look through my tomes and see if anything can be of use for you as well.
Much appreciated. Right,
No.
Rondok, Neva, put the barrels down. We're going to practice your stances now, and for the next kind of hour or so, I'm going to have them just stand and me just correcting every inch of their stance, making sure they're standing properly, and then randomly shoving them over. No! Put feet apart! Just drilling fuck out of them.
Yeah, you're drilling them, aren't you?
Giggity.
You nasty sort
Hell,
of
the
fucking...
virgin, don't you dare.
Is there anything else anybody else would like to do?
Yep, Stormcrow is staying well out of the sun, being from a race that, tends to spend a lot of their time underground and doesn't like the sunlight. He is absolutely fucking hating this hot weather and he's miserable as shit.
So, Takuda, on the other hand, he's going to come up on the deck while they're in the middle of their, probably dripping with sweat from their hot training session. He's going to be walking around the top deck and he's just going to be like, "Oh, has anyone got a coat? It's quite cold."
Allow not bring Takura back from there. There you go. So yeah, just imagining like you walking past, going like as you're walking past Stormcrow going into the carriage to be like, no, fuck this. So, like central heating.
Yeah.
Magical central heating and air conditioning basically right in there.
Stormcrow's trying to find the coolest place he can on the ship because he is just not a happy elf.
Yeah, you try and find cooler places like actually on the ship, and it seems like between the heat of outside mixed with some of the mechanical moving parts of the ship and the pulsating of the magic and whatnot, it doesn't seem like there's actually anything in here that's going to be cool for you. But you find your way back into your carriage and you feel the magic of the inside of the carriage sort of individually hit you and give you the cool breeze and things like that you need. Are you going in alone, or are you taking your friend with you now?
I'm going on my own because I'm just very miserable, and also I've just got a constant nagging headache with the fact that Killian is back in my brain, and while he's not actually doing anything, I can just feel it like a sort of permanent, almost like when you get bitten by a mosquito. and it's
Yeah.
just like that constant itch that you can't scratch.
So like midges for us, Donna.
Yeah. Okie doke.
I
So,
want.
yep.
Sorry.
No, on you go.
With what you told me, I've been kind of aggravating my mind over everything that needs everything, and after going out on the top deck, I want to see like Stormcrow go into a different room, and I'm gonna be, because I feel me and him have kind of developed quite a bit of a friendship out of most of the group. So I'm gonna go and find him, and I want to have a private conversation with him.
Okie doke. So, you backtrack from where you remember. I'm just I'm just seeing the white shroot fucking thing
That was when he's trying to do disguise kit.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You see, you backtrack to where Stormcrow was, and you jump into the carriage with him. And I shall chuck you guys over into Whisperos.
Whisper.
Just before you do, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to drop out. My headache is getting unbearable.
I think
Right.
he's already gone, but we can let him
No,
know
no.
for you if you want.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Where's the whispers chat?
I will
2 seconds.
catch you later.
Right. See ya.
Rest
Catch you
well,
later.
buddy.
bye, Stuart. Love you.
Right.
Oh,
Just role playing between yourselves. So
You-
something that I know that Sean absolutely hates. Somebody saying.
I hate that.
I'm going to lie on my bed and go, yeah, what's up, buddy?
So, I've been traveling with you for a little while now, and I feel you are the one I can probably most trust out of the group.
I sort of look up a bit quizzically from the bed and go, not used to anyone trusting me, really, but nah, man, I feel the same, yeah. What's on your mind?
I believe we may have a traitor in our midst. I was doing some meditation, and I'd try and strengthen the bond between me and my roommate. And I kind
I
of
sort of
do
nod
like,
and smile as you say that, just like,
I do like the dragon motion sort of thing, whatever it would be.
yeah. And I sort of nod and smile and go, yeah, got ya.
He has let on to me that not everyone here is our ally. One person is not our friend or ally within this traveling with us.
I sort of look at him, cock my head and go, any reason why?
He's being difficult. He won't tell me. But obviously I don't know everyone well enough to figure this all out by myself. My logic has come to that if you have been, and I kind of gesture to your head, branded like so, perhaps you could be the one I trust most. If it is this group that it has the traitor, I don't know who, what, or how, but someone amongst us is not who they say they are.
Sort of look at him and go, well, I mean, Gurzan, I mean, could he be picking up on the fact that Gillian's got the connection with me?
Potentially, but DM, what words did he say again? Sorry, how did he word it?
Oh fuck! What did I say again? One that you travel with, that you consider to be an ally, is not what they seem. And then he left you from there.
As soon as he said that, he basically booted me out of his room.
Okay. I mean, obviously, it could be he's picking up on my connection with Killian, but it could be someone else. I mean, let's run through the. I mean, I can run through the list of the people I know. I mean,
Obviously, we have couple new compatriots that have just joined us.
yeah. I mean, I don't. I'm still getting to know neither. I mean, I've known her a while, but and Abby, but I mean, they've proven themselves to be able to help me. Emeris and Mouse. I mean, I've known Emeris for a while. We've had a few adventures together. Mouse, if she had the opportunity to take one of us out, she had the opportunity when I made my interested attempted escape.
To
I
just to play the devil's advocate.
yeah.
What if their goal is not to just take us out, but to either spy or gain something from traveling with us and biding their time? Not everyone is who they appear to be and want to just stab you in the back or straight away.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, I don't know for definite, but and Kurza, they've just let you know about this in the last few days.
Specifically, yes. When I had our last conversation.
And nothing since that?
No. He
I'm sort of
He's
sitting there, like, sort of absent-mindedly rubbing the scar on my forehead. And I'm just like, well, I mean, I don't know, obviously.
I could try now and ask him if he gets anything from the mark.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a good start. Let's see if we can, well, if you can rule me out, there may be a beginning there.
Guzan, I know you can hear me. If you will not give me the answer, at least help me find the answer. Is what you speak of about not everyone being as they appear, is this feeling coming from the one with the mark on his head?
Can I get a wisdom check from you, Takura?
Check, yeah?
A check. And can I get a wisdom save from you, please, Stormcrow?
Ooh, okay.
Natural 20.
Nice. As you
11.
right, so as you
No,
inhale
12.
a 12. So
12.
as you inhale Takura and sort of feel for Kuzan Ryu, you sort of open your eyes and you look and you see sort of like a spectral version of him, like in the way that you transform, like the dragon, humanoid dragon figure sort of staring at Stormcrow. Now this is like a spectral version. You can't see the Stormcrow. You just see him sort of Takura. You see him sort of staring and sniffing and feeling him out. I smell dark magic on him, but he is not the one that I speak of. Stormcrow.
Yep.
As Takuda is pleading and calling to Cousin Ryu, you get a strange sensation wash over you. This isn't full pain, but you feel a tinge in your head. You've thought and said the name too much, and as you sort of close your eyes to clutch it, you open back up. You see sitting at the end of your bed, sort of all lazily and sort of weird, the spectral form of Killian staring at Takuda. I thought he'd be bigger. And what is this he's talking about? Getting someone else to see if I'm doing something. Are you being naughty, my little stone crow?
I just sort of shoot back up the end of the bed, so my back is sort of trapped against my back is sort of against the wall, just like what the fuck is going on here?
So you can see Killian, but you can't see Cousin Ryu. Takura, you can
Yeah.
see Cousin Ryu, but you can't see Killian. The two of you are seeing different things. Oh,
With
this
that
one.
reaction from Stormcrow, I go to the astral image of Kuzan. I say, "What has happened, Kuzan? My friend there has reacted oddly. Do you see something?"
You see his teeth sort of grinning, staring, and like a rabid dog looking at something, just like he's got his hackles up, staring at the end of Stormcrow's bed. And Stormcrow, you see Killian's form staring at the opposite side. Oh, look at this one. Oh, hello, little fire breather. I can't wait to meet you.
Does Kuzan say anything to that, or do I hear him say anything to that?
No, he's just gritting his teeth and really looks like he's angry at wanting to go for this, whatever this is, that he can see and Stormcrow can see and you cannot.
That's new. Not many people get you that reaction.
Kill. So, my little Stormcrow, you want to know what's happening? Well, he just sort of crawls up the bed to you, this astral projection, and just whispers in your ear. That would be telling now, wouldn't it? Remember, my eyes are on you. And you sort of close your head again for another jolt of pain and open back up, and the form is gone.
Are you okay, Stormcrow?
I just sort of look and you can just sort of see panic and fear in my eyes, and I'm just like, I don't know what the hell just happened then. I don't know if your dragon buddy was here, but
He was.
Killian was sitting on the end of my bed, but he wasn't. It was some sort of protection, and he was talking about something and looking at something next to me.
He was looking at Kuzan Ryu.
I sort of look at Takura with my mouth open and go, is that even possible?
Whatever we just did, well, something's just happened, but I do have some slightly good news for you.
And I look at him bleedingly, just like, please, God, anything good would be nice right now.
Kuzan Ryu wants to kill this Killian very badly. I have never seen him this angry.
There's just a big, sort of slow grin appears across my face, and I go, I think we're going to definitely do that at some point or another. And I'll just reach out and grab your hand and shake it.
I shake it, and as I shake it, he says, "And Kuzan Ryu has made you innocent."
And there's a sort of little breath just to please me, just a little sort of. So like, okay, so I'm in the clear. We know it's not you. That's two of us.
Now we just.
I'm guessing we've got to find out what the hell happened, or who it is.
I know Abigail has that mark, but that's known. That's a dark dragon of some sort. That Kuzan Ryu has already told me about when we first met. When we first met Abigail. I know that is an issue, but I don't think it might. I'm not sure if it's that. But we got to ask hard questions to each other. With all what happened with Mouse today? Does that happen regularly?
That
With
was
seeing,
that was about 5 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. You've been
Sorry, yeah,
traveling, yeah,
You know, yeah.
yeah. I know what you're meaning, but just for just in case he thinks, oh, Mouse was here.
with what?
Yeah.
With what happened with Mouse?
She
Oh, the
basically
BAM.
disappeared. Yeah.
It hasn't happened a lot recently, but it happens when she gets stressed. I don't think she can control it too much. I think it's just something that happens if she's stressed. And let's be fair, after what we've been through with the mimic ship, and I sort of give an embarrassed smile and go, and me appearing in her arms when I teleported off the ship, I can't blame her for being stressed. But
I understand, but
we don't know.
we don't know what happened when
No,
she
and
disappears.
I don't want to believe it's Mouse. I've known her for so long, and the same with Emerus. But the sad fact is, we can't trust anyone.
We need to, that's like I said, we need to ask awkward questions to each other. I understand this is difficult in not trusting any of your long-term friends, but we need to make a resolution of this, and we need to keep our eyes peeled for signs. I say we keep it between us two for now, as the wisest option and move. But we've got a whole ship of people here that are in danger.
Yeah, and I just sort of look down and sigh and go, I don't like this, but I don't think I've got a choice.
I don't like it either. You have all been kind to me. You have given me so much and helped me so much. This is why I'm doing this, because I want to return the favor and try and find out who is the one that is going to endanger us all, or is not going to. We don't even know if it's to do with anything to do with the group that you're having trouble
No.
with, or with something completely different.
We don't know what's going on, and unfortunately, we have to be careful from now on.
Indeed.
And obviously, you can see in my eyes that I'm not happy about this, but
Yeah. You could tell from
I
Takuda's
know.
expression that he doesn't like it either. But he feels it's the only way forward. For now.
Yeah, so I take a deep breath and go, oh well. Well, not the first time I've kept a secret. Won't be the last. But I guess if we have to do these things for the good of over everything, I guess I'm gonna have to learn to not trust my friends for a while.
Let's try and just eliminate the people. And slowly but surely we eliminate them from.
Yeah. We'll just try and work on it one by one, work our way through people, and see if we can find anything out.
And as we eliminate people, process of elimination, with each person we can bring into this, and slowly but surely figure out who's where.
Yep, I think that's the only way we're going to be able to do this.
And Kuda gives you a small bow of respect. I will leave you to dwell on things. And kind of turns and takes his leave.
Okay.
Yeah, I just sort of look as you walk out the door and go, Kuda,
Yes.
thank you for trusting me.
You're most welcome, friend.
Okay. And as that, you guys, Takura gets out, the room goes darker, and the cool air sort of kicks back in for you, Stormcrow. And I shall take us back into the session.
Oh, that's cool.
Sorry it took long, guys.
That's all good.
That's all right.
So,
I rolled a nat 20 on performance.
Yeah, we
Congrats.
also saw you roll an 11 on wisdom.
You saw my natural 20 on wisdom. Boom, chicka.
We also saw that. Yeah.
Yes, you don't even want to know what just happened there. Some
Well, I do a little bit, but yes.
well, some weird shit just happened. So, if that's all everybody wants to do,
I will be right back. I need a wee.
no problem. A few days pass. You guys get your training into it a bit more. Takura and Stormcrow, you guys do whatever it is that you guys want to do. And Vondra, you get a lot of your reading done.
Love that.
As 4 days pass, 1, 2, 3, 4, it becomes, on the calendar, the 16th of Silan, which is now the start of autumn. Yay!
Yay!
Autumn! Pumpkin spice lattes for everyone.
How do you spell salam?
Silan.
How do
It's
you spell
in.
basic bitch?
Don't let
well,
Robert hear you say that.
yeah. It's in the calendar, so you should be able to see it in the Kanka's calendar. What's
Okay,
Kanka?
cool. I'll go over there. That's no problems.
Perfect.
I'm back.
Yeah,
Right,
so you're now in the 16th of Silan, which is the start of autumn, so that's pumpkin spice for everyone. You're flying now over land of the Duat, and you see very dark sort of crevices and like caverns below you, full of like dark browns and blacks and greys. And as you do this, you see Emrys sort of peering over the sides of the ship in the front, very quiet, very still, and not speaking to anyone, which that's not too much of a difference from what he usually does for you guys as of late.
Emma.
Emrys.
But now you see, like, as a lot of you, as Giles and your squad come to train in the same area that you do, Emrys is unmoving. He's not moving for you guys. Just staying there silently in a sort of strange vigil of some sorts.
We're training around him.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
As you
I'm
sort of
going
as you get
sorry.
close, you just sort of see his head snapping to you all, and an uncharacteristic hostility towards you all, his friends.
MRS. Is I like turned to whoever the nearest person is like, is this normal for him?
No, this isn't normal.
Okay.
I'll say
Emrys,
I'll say this is nighttime.
Ooh.
I'm actually going to be up on deck if it's night time, so it's cooler.
Yeah. So there's still a bit of heat in the nighttime sky in the air, but it's like, you know, when you go to like you've been to like Florida or like fucking Tenerife or something like that, where it's got that humidity sort of thing.
Yeah. Did you say we were passing over valleys or mountains? Sorry.
Valleys and crevices sort of thing. No mountains. The mountains were a few days before it that you seen off in the distance. So like snowy mountain peaks, but it's sort of the way that the environment went. It went from like snowy mountain peaks down into like hard looking ravines and gullies and things like that. It looks like it's sort of like a dead section of natural stone walls, sort of like a maze from up above, but not like it doesn't look like there's ways in and out. It looks like everywhere it leads to a dead end sort of thing.
Yeah, got you. I'll let you chaps take the lead on this one. I don't want to mess with the big man.
I don't think I know him well enough to do this.
I'm going to kind of walk up a little bit, just ready, just in case just as a kind of to shield the others if anything happens.
I've just sort of walked up and sat on the chain alongside him, just so he knows I'm there. And I'm just gonna get out my lute, my lyre, and I'm just gonna sit there, just casually playing some sort of casual music, just as though I'm just sort of almost like, you know, just to say I'm here, nothing to worry about, bud.
Mm.
But I'm just sort of playing as well music that you'll recognise, you know, the sort of music that is tribal to listen to and stuff like that. Just sort of casually playing it.
I'm going to cast something. I'm going to just pull a pearl out from my component pouch, and you'll see like a white pearlescent sort of... imagine sort of like in Harry Potter when they pull the memories out of the head, like that sort of flow go towards Takuda. And I'm just going to cast Fortune's Favour on Takuda, which basically gives him a d20 roll. If he, in case something occurs, if he needs to roll again, he can. And it'll just go into his back, sort of like, so I'm out of sight of Emeris.
Like a luck point sort of thing.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, nice.
Cool. Thank you.
No worries.
You just, as the melody is playing, and you're just hearing under Emeris's breath, it sounds like a prayer. And it's not a hostile prayer. It sounds like there's so much in it.
I just sort of look at Kuda and nod and just do that similar, so say, it's okay. You know, you see that sort of like that downward hound thing and says, okay, we're all good. Just don't bother him, you know, just leave him to it.
I kind of just take a kneeling position, right? Like, I take a step back, and I take a kneeling position, and just kind of set my sword to my side.
He just sort of stops praying a little bit. He just sort of turns. We are at the Great Divide.
What is that?
I sort of turn around and look at Jazz and shake my head as I would say, don't get involved.
He goes back, just sort of starts head down again, starts praying again.
He told us his whole family story before, from when we did the whole memory thing with that witch. So Neva will kind of pull on Giles' jacket and like pull him way back and say, "This is where his family got slaughtered."
Oh.
But like in his ear.
Yeah, like whisper to me.
Yeah, roll me a stealth check.
Oh, wait, I can do it in his head. I forgot. I'll do that.
That's it. All Darren's fun's ruined.
Roll me a performance check just to make sure that you actually get the right one.
Nah, don't start.
I'm only joking. You accidentally put it into Emeris's head and he flies off into a rage and kills everyone. As the sort of night continues and you guys do what it is you want to do, you see the ship getting closer to sort of the edge of these ravines, and more on the horizon you see, pardon me, massive dunes of sand. You seem to now be coming to some sort of desert. I will take you to that one. Where is the ship token? Guys, where is the ship token?
It's next to the other token.
Token bit.
I forget something sometimes, that I can actually just type it in. As you're coming through the ravines, coming above the ravines. Those of you magically attuned, not like to their surroundings and things like that. So, well, natural magic, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're not their own natural magic. Can I get an Arcana check, please?
Does that include me? Because I kind of.
I would say you can, but it would be at disadvantage because you're using it as a because you're a conduit sort of thing.
That's a
And David,
9.
she's an owl, and owls are natural.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck me sideways.
I'll say the ones that can use it will be Neva, Stormcrow, and Vondra. As
Mine.
Your
yeah,
magic-
I mean, mine's
yeah,
learnt,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it is
yeah, but
inherited
it's
partly as well.
yeah. I'll say
I'm
you guys.
I'm distracted by Emerus, which explains why my roll was so shit.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna go the same route as that because I'm
Yeah.
a 9.
Can I guide myself?
You can guide yourself, yeah.
Okay, in that case, it's a 16.
16.
Nice.
Are you wanting to do one? Sorry, Vondra.
No, I'm good. No, I feel like mine's more learned than inherited.
Okay, doke.
Even though there's a little bit of inherited.
That's fine. So Emrys got a 3 as well, so he's dedicated to his praying. Neva, you feel a sudden surge. This feels magical in nature. And you feel it at the same time as this hits the ship. Just hits the ship, and you just feel a sudden wrenching underneath everyone as the ship begins to descend. Very quick, very fast.
I'm gonna run to where the room is with the Alvar.
Okay. So
Just to see if I can help there.
what I'd say to get there, roll
Expeditious retreat.
Oh, that's good.
Go and send me that over again.
As a bonus action, it lets you dash.
Yeah, so I could also increase by if I did. Fly's concentrate as well, so I can't get double fly speed. But it just lets me move quicker, basically, so twice the speed each. If we were in combat per round, but it would just allow me to move through the ship quicker, basically.
Okay.
So instead of 25 feet, go 50 feet a turn. No, wait there. 25 feet for movement, 25 feet for dash.
Action. You could use it as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that 75 feet a turn then?
Yeah.
Yeah, spend all my movement, all action, bonus action to get to the engine.
Okay.
Assuming Neva tells me this.
I'll say
Well-
you'll be able to feel it hit, and
Okay.
not feel the magical surge hit, but you feel now the jolt and the ship beginning to now tilt and start going. Start on a crash course.
What?
Uh,
When Neva feels that, is it possible for her to just fly underneath the ship and see what's happening?
Ooh.
As in, you're just going to fly over the side of the ship and go underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will
Why
allow
did you
that.
make it sound like it's a bad idea?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't say if it's coming down fast, that's the cleverest idea.
Neva, you manage to fly yourself around. You fly yourself underneath where you know there to be pieces of Alvar connected up, and then obviously at the back bit. As you fly underneath, give me an investigation check, please.
Investigation. Can I guide myself?
Yes, go on.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's not good. 6 plus 2 plus 3 is
6 plus 2
11.
plus 2. Yes, that's the one.
11.
Oh wait, I've got inspiration. Can I use my inspiration?
If you want to, you could re-roll.
Thank you. I just think it's an important roll. Oh, so much better. 23. I rolled a 19 plus 1 plus 3.
Nice.
Nice.
Well done,
As
Donna.
as you fly underneath, you see that the Alvar crystals, or the Alvar material, is not glowing. It is not
Shit.
It is not radiating energy.
Glowy energy.
As Vondra, as you have ran right through the ship to get to the room, you run in.
Yep.
And you find the body of Mott Shank slumped
Oh shit.
over with a dagger in his back.
Oh fuck.
He is dead.
Oh, there's a traitor among us.
Was there anybody else in any like rooms closest to where he was on my way through, or
So-
was it?
You've run through all the deck, both decks. You've ran past quite a lot of sailors. You also didn't come in directly from the back of the ship. You came in through the front bit from where everybody was, so you've had to run across the bottom deck as well. And there are a few sailors and that there as well. So you have ran past almost every single person on this ship and come across the body.
I'll just immediately go into concentration mode and just try and figure out how to work this mechanism and engine and see if I can put magic back into it somehow.
Okay,
Because I've got no hope of reviving the guy.
Okay, give me a Arcana check, please.
It's 22 total.
From where the body is positioned, you see certain mechanisms where he is now lying, like it would be in a standing position, and it seems to be pieces of pieces of Alvar crystal material sort of joining into the mechanisms, and it seems to be solid fits, solid all the way through.
Okay.
From your knowledge of Alvar, and probably some of your brief readings, you know that if magical energy is transferred into it, it allows things to start. It basically jolts an electrical current through, or a magical current, sorry, through the crystal, and that poof, activates its magical properties, which then gives it its sort of force, power, and anti-gravity sort of material. Think of it like, what's the stuff in Critical Role again that they use? Broomstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think of it as a bit
I'll-
like that. It's like it radiates sort of like anti-gravity magic sort of thing, and that's what sort of allows it to push. Depends on
I'll-
what's there.
Recalling that knowledge, then I'll immediately start like pumping shocking grasps into it, into like physically touching it, just to send electrical magical energy into it, to see if that's enough or if it needs higher level magic.
Okay, is that shocking grasp? That's a cantrip, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's
Yeah,
just
as-
touch. Mate.
As you go up, nothing seems to happen,
Okay, I'll try.
and that's an action that takes, is it?
It is, yeah.
Right, so that takes up a few seconds.
Yep.
Can Neva do something on the outside if that's his action done?
If you want to
Yes.
try and touch the crystals and pump stuff through it, you can try.
While this has been going on, could I try and reach where Vondra is to see if I can help? Having like an immensely powerful roommate inside me, I'm wondering if I could be of some help.
You can certainly try. Give me an athletics check, please. This is to see how quick you can get down there.
How long has it been since Vondra casted that spell on me? Would it have been over an hour?
No, not yet. This is
Okay, so
maybe
I'm
like
gonna-
20 minutes or
I'm gonna
something.
have that try. I might use that point.
Yeah, it lasts an hour.
Okay, I'm going to keep that point now because the 22 I'm pretty confident with.
Okay, I'll say that when you seen Vondra running, you sort of got a hint at where she was going, so you followed on and you've been running since. But obviously she's had magical
Yeah,
boosting.
I wouldn't be far behind.
No,
I've
no,
got
you-
40 foot of movement.
You're not too far behind. You just get there at the sort of point when she's like came up to the machine and started like there. You've seen her sort of like move the body out the way, sort of thing. You've come in like just after she's moved, maybe pushed the body out the way and sort of got her hands to try and figure this out.
I don't know, Takuda. I came in, he was dead. I can't revive him. I've got no means to. So I thought everything seems to be deactivated. We're dropping out of the sky. I thought let's just get on damage control and try and get some power back into these crystals. But my magic doesn't seem to be doing the trick. I don't know if it's too low level
I'm back.
or something
And-
else.
Stand back, and I just kind of channel my like the inner dragon, and I'm gonna do burning hands on the try and sort of re-engage the crystal.
Okay, what level is it you're doing it?
First level.
Okay, give me an attack roll, please.
What, charisma based?
No, just just an attack.
Yeah, I'll step out of the way.
It's a deck save. Normally it's a save.
It's a deck
for
save.
burning
Yep,
hands.
yep. Sorry.
Spell attack modifier.
Yeah,
Plus 11. So I'll do a d20 and add 11.
yeah.
At 11.
That's my spellcasting modifier.
Oh, okay.
That's a rough 20.
Nice.
You sort of go up to it and start channeling the magic through. It feels like it's taking a bit of the energy, and it's
Do it.
you're seeing things starting to light up a little bit, but just like
I'll do
Can
it
I
again.
do my thing?
Yeah. Sorry, Neva. If you're seeing it from the outside as well, would you like to try?
Yeah, I was gonna do it. Can I cast my 4th level Seconding Radiance into it?
Okay, give me an attack
It's,
roll
a,
for that.
it's
If that's
normally a con save, so do you want me to do the same thing?
yeah, do the same thing as Tony.
Yeah, I'll be doing it a second time, so I'll do another roll if you like.
We'll see Neva's first to see like if
Okay.
if you guys are doing it at the same time. See how it goes with it.
A 17.
Roll the 17 and that your plus, or have you got everything else on it as well? Yeah,
Yeah, that's just a 17.
just
So
17.
my spell attack's a +8. How is yours a +11, Tony?
So I got an item that amps it up.
Oh, right, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking hell.
Yeah. So +8 on a 17 is 25. Vondra, whilst
Yes.
this is happening, would you like to add anything into this as well?
Sure. I will pump a. Oh, I'm not prepared it today. Damn. Okay, let me see what I've got. I will go for Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. And try and put. No, technically that's for grappling, so that's not going to work.
I
Oh
think
God!
as long as it's just a spell.
Yeah, it's
It'll-
so
it'll
long as
help.
it's a spell. It's basically pumping a spell and its energy into this.
I don't think it really matters what kind of spell. Is that what you meant? Yeah.
Basically, it's
Okay.
basically you're using up a spell slot.
Okay,
it's just
yeah.
a high level.
So yeah, I tried. Yeah, so I'll do the second level Maximilian's Earthen Grasp and just like touch with the earthen claw that appears just out of the floorboards. Just touch the machines and
Yeah,
see if
so-
that helps.
Yeah, so you don't even need to generate stuff. It's just if you're going to use that spell, you're touching it and you're sort of using the spell slot with it, if you get what I mean. So you don't even need
Yeah.
to have anything like that. I think you're just going up and you know the spell, you're sort of right, okay, going up and then pushing the energy into it. Is it an attack roll or is it a save or
Strength save of 16 normally.
right? So do what Tony and Donna done. Just roll a d20 and then add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay.
Bella
So it's a nat
Oh,
20.
shit.
Plus
Nice.
yeah, plus did you say spell attacks? That's +8, so 28.
So, between the three of you, running up to this machine and from basically hitting this from three different angles, Neva being underneath, blasting this with sickening radiance and sort of coating the bottom area with all the that is radiant damage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Radiant
It's
energy. Yeah,
This
you
thing's lit up.
blast underneath and forcing it up like that. Takura coming up using his now natural sort of dragon flame abilities, coming up and poof, starts pushing it through the machine, whatever crystalline bits that he can get his claws to, and Vondra just understanding it and like, yeah, this'll work. This'll definitely work. You, same thing, hands up because it's you're a little bit shorter than the console that you were working on, and you just start pumping through like, nope, I'm not going to let this happen to these people. You feel the energy in the crystals hum back into life, and the ship sort of zooms a little bit more, but you feel the anti sort of gravity coming in. Everybody on the upper deck, like Neva, as you're sort of pumping the magic into it, you could sort of feel that underneath the ground is getting closer. Everybody on the upper deck, you guys just hear, brace for impact! Just brace! And anybody up there sees Captain Azrael sort of do what he needs to do with all the dials and the wheel, and it sort of tilts itself back in the air as if it's doing like an emergency stop that you'd see like in sci-fi movies and stuff, you know, when you see flying ships or whatever. It just sort of pulls itself back to sort of use angular momentum sort of thing. And it
I just imagine pulling the reins on a horse.
yeah, basically like that. The front of the ship comes up and the back just sort of fucking pushes back down, and you just feel but it goes through it hits the sand, but the ship is okay.
As soon as it steadies up, I immediately want to check over the dead body to find out what killed him.
Okay. Investigation check, please.
And I've still got that damn point, thank God. Because my investigation's poop. I will use my point for that.
Okay.
But it's still in effect. Oh, that second one was a nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then the one after is a nat 1. Thank fuck.
Why did it roll three? Why did it roll twice?
I don't know. I think I probably clicked it more. It was being laggy, but.
Ah, right. Okay. So, the impact of the ship hitting the sands underneath, it's... You all sort of jump up a little bit. Bang! It hit the roof above you. You sort of come to quick, and Takura, the first instinct for you is that body. What is it? What is it? You run over and you see that there's a dagger in his back, and as you sort of are getting close to see what it is, you just hear a voice in your head. That smells wrong.
What do you mean?
Do not touch the blade.
Can I tell if I've seen... Is it normal dagger or...
It's a normal dagger from the looks of it. Maybe a +1. It's a little bit ornate, but...
Vondra, quickly. Do you have a can you cast us... do you have any magic that could identify what sort of magic's on this dagger?
I don't, unfortunately, but I do know that someone on the ship can, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Mouse. She's not here. I don't have any way to identify the magic on this at the moment. We could take it somewhere and try and identify it.
Don't touch it.
Okay. Have you seen
Whatever
this before?
No, but my alter ego has just said, do not touch it, it's wrong. Do not let anyone in this room for now.
Okay, we'll guard it with our lives then.
At this point, Giles saunters into the room. So what's going on then?
Keep everyone out of this room, please.
But why?
And I kind of gesture to the body with the dagger.
Oh. Can I make some form of, like, the guy on the dead guy, he's obviously a member of the crew. Has Giles seen him arguing with anyone or anything like that?
Give me a history check, please.
Okay. Not good. 8.
From the amount of time that you've spent on the ship, remembering...
Re-roll that. I'll use Chronal Shift as a reaction. He's within 30 feet. He can re-roll that if he wants to. You must take the result of the second roll, so it could be worse. So it's up to you, but you can use. You can force I can force a re-roll if you want to use it.
Oh yeah, no, thank you. I did take that, and I got a 14, which is exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
No.
So looking at the body and remembering what you know of Mott Shank, like you're trying to remember him actually ever leaving this back area, and nothing's really coming to mind. Like you've seen him every now and again sort of taking a lap around the ship, and maybe when you've been grabbing food he's been there and gave you a smile, a little quick chat or something like that, but nothing comes to mind of seeing him like arguing with anyone. You've seen him barely even speak to anyone at this moment in time. Like probably the captain, maybe a couple of other members of the crew, but nobody that you could think of that comes close to mind having been an argumentative person with this gentleman.
We've landed on the sand in that now, yeah.
You've crash landed on the sand.
Okay.
Neva rolled out the way the very last minute.
Yeah, I'd say that the angle that this was coming down, like where you flew yourself down, it sort of it skidded past you after you sort of thingy. So you'd still be up in the air at this point, sort of landing on the deck, essentially.
So, I'm going to ask Giles. Could you get Stormcrow here straight away, please? I need to ask him something.
Yes, of course. I will inform the captain as well. Also, I've just had a thought. I'm going to leave and I'm going to look for Stormcrow, the captain, and Neva.
Well, Neva was going to tell the captain what had happened from
Okay.
her point, so she'll be with the captain.
Okay, so I'll say that you fly down, and you see the captain sort of standing there, like fiddling with dials and stuff like that. His first mate Mara is beside him, and dealing with stuff. And we need a status report of the ship. Make sure that nothing's too bad. We need to see if we can get this thing back in the air.
All the magic was out of the crystals.
You
In
just
the
see him.
dark.
Oh! He just sort of shits himself as he turns around. Jesus Christ! Whoever that is. The
I'm not going to go into that.
the Alvar crystals. They're out.
Yeah, they were dark. I had to pump some energy into them. But yeah, they were glowing a little bit, but they need a hell of a lot more.
Byron above table is thinking that Neva is basically just caught the ship, like as if she was catching like an asteroid, like.
Like she basically Supermaned it. She went underneath and sort of held it up like that, sort of thing.
Yeah, like ultimate badass.
I'll take that.
So he just sort of. The captain just sort of looks and. So was that what that jolt was then?
Yeah.
Felt
Sorry.
like something hit and then we lost all our power.
Yeah, well, when we were passing over that bit, a large gust of energy from below came up and then it jolted. I didn't really get enough time to shout out until the ship started sinking, then I flew underneath and tried to do what I could. I would say that you're probably...
Am I there by now?
I'd say, like, as you're sort of running up like Stormcrow, are you coming towards the captain, are you? That area.
Yeah, I'm coming towards Captain and running up and going like, Azrael, what the hell was that?
Like as you do that as well, Mayron's running up the same, like the opposite side and shouting the same thing as you. Is like, what the hell was that?
Azrael. What's his name? Sorry, the guy that died.
Mott Shank.
Mott Shank is dead. He was found shanked, if you will. He had a dagger in his back in the room with the big stone. Takuda seems to believe that the room itself is dangerous, or I don't know, but he was asking to speak to you, Stormcrow. I've had a thought though. Neva, is there any way you could maybe fly and keep a perimeter around here? If he was assassinated from within, which it appears he was, whoever it was, maybe using this time to escape.
Okay.
I will.
I grab Giles as he goes past it. Did he say anything else?
No, actually, he just said he wanted to speak to you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna sort of look at Mayron and go, I think we may need your wisdom soon.
Of course.
take off hearing it down the stairs.
Captain, I would advise
Voiced.
locking down I would advise locking down the ship. Keep getting all crew to lower decks, keeping them in, I don't know, confined to barracks, and doing a head count. Something's not right here.
Okay. Mara, get everybody inside. Ah, yes. And everybody sort of starts. He just shouts out, "You heard the captain. Let's go." And people start running to different areas of the ship.
Aaron, where was Emrys when this happened?
He was at the front of the ship, and he was gripped on for dear fucking life.
I can
Okay.
imagine like the front bit's kind of just like crushed now, like the front bows, like
Yeah.
banisters kind of like crushed.
Like
to
this is
bits.
like there's a reason this is now going to be called the poop deck.
Hey, put that in the back of the ship. So, is it possible? Oh, excuse me. Is it possible? I mean, was Rondoc and Ifix, were they above board when this happened?
Yeah, Rondoc was up with you.
Okay.
Because you were trying to do some practicing, and Ifix was in the front with Mayron and Mags doing his learning with them to make Neva's
Oh yeah. I was on you go. Sorry.
to make Neva's thingamajigger.
So since Rondoc was with me, I know that he's good. Him and I will like say to him, Rondoc, we're gonna keep watch, do a patrol of the ship. I will take the port, you take the starboard. Port is left, by the way. And just keep an eye out in case anyone's escaping or we see anyone around the place. If you see anything, shout, okay? Neva's also keeping an eye from the sky. And then I'll shout to Emrys to see if he'll also keep an eye out, and we'll just keep a perimeter.
You just see, right, no bother. And Rondoc takes out his like long sword, his great sword, and just has it like patrolling everything. He's watching the entirety of like the doors that he can. You just hear a grunt from Emrys and just, I shall be here.
Good. Right, let's get to it. And then Giles is just straight like soldier mode right now, just keeping an eye out, watching everything, making sure there's no one leaving, or keeping an eye out if there's like footprints in the sand of someone who may have ran away from the ship.
Okay.
Just that.
So you're staying upstairs, yeah?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
And I'm flying about seeing.
And you're flying about. Abigail, are you going to stay upstairs with everybody?
Yeah, yeah. So there's a crow's nest, isn't there?
There's not particularly a crow's nest, but I would say that from the captain's helm area, that would be the higher of the two elevated parts of the ship.
Yeah, so I'd go there to try and like keep a vantage point. You're sort of using my, my ranger's like sort of hunting background just to try and see if I spot any motion or anything that seems out of place, type thing.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Stormcrow, Mayron, and Azrael, you guys are running through the bowels of the ship. You get to the very back bit, and you see Takuda and Vondra with the dead body of Mott Shank. And you just hear Azrael, oh God.
As soon as I see Stormcrow, I look at him and say, whatever you do, don't touch it. But do you recognize the dagger?
I look at Mayron and go, this is why I said, and say, I don't, but you're a weapon expert. Do you recognize anything here?
He sort of gets down low towards the thing, and without touching it, you see just sort of cast something with his hands, like, and you see some small sort of flame like energy sort of come from his fingertips, and he just sort of touches it with the energy, and just sort of yes, it's an ornate dagger, but it seems to have been coated with something. It's some sort of fast reacting poison. It's and just like the sniffs coming from him, just that's no that. Where did I smell that before? I've smelt that before, but I can't remember where.
Did I have a sniff and see if I recognize it? Or my roommate?
Yes, you can have a sniff.
I'm gonna have a smell.
Get your but it would be an investigation check. Are you turning into Kuzan Ryu, or are you just going for yourself?
He picked it up first, so I'm gonna go to Kuzan Ryu for it. Because he
Okay.
picked up the smell straight away, and he knew it was dangerous.
So you let the rage of what happened fill you, and the body of the beast begins to crash through and bursts through.
How long does the transformation take?
Nearly split
Straight
second.
on.
Yeah, it's like a werewolf situation. It's like just see like this sort of weird flash of like flame, and just like the body cracks and the muscles just expand out and just turns into it. It's not like it's like 5 minutes, like instant with rage.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got him pretty good.
If you give me an investigation check with that at no, it would just be at a normal roll. Sorry.
Oh, fuck my life.
The rage with Kuzan Ryu and everything like that, like the smugness of his mentality now flowing through your mind. It's him that's now taken over. and everything that you were dealing with before when we were chatting, he now emanates as he has taken shape.
Seeing you struggle with that, I'm going to use my second and last chronal shift to give you a reroll. So, yeah, you can re-roll that basically. I get 2 a day.
Wish me luck, guys.
Good luck.
And it'll rewind time a little bit if it's successful.
Wow. Just fucking wow.
I was about to say give it a wee one, but then you'd already rolled.
Yeah. The chronal shift basically just adds a 1. Shall we change it to that? Adds a 1 to any roll. Because that's all it seems to have done nowadays. Anytime you've
It
used
helped
it.
me.
Did it?
Gave me like 6 more.
Oh, did it? Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, you could have had a +1 rather than anything else, but okay. No.
I'll take the 6, thank you.
Yeah, so basically what I just said there, the arrogant, mysterious side of Kuzan Ryu is what is now permeating within the walls of this ship.
I will then kind of try and regain control and kind of just let him go back after he's had his little moment.
So I'll say with that, can I get a wisdom save to try and calm yourself down?
19.
You manage to sort of still your mind within his form and say, if you cannot help, just fuck off.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Word it like that. I could have worded it like that, but
But yeah, would you kindly just fuck off? Like, I'm just imagining like you know the end of the Battle of the Five Armies when Billy Connolly
I
shows
know
up
the one.
and he's like, "Oh, could you just kindly bugger off?" Like sort of that mentality with it. Yeah, you pull yourself back and you come back all like hot and bothered sort of thing, and just as that, like, you see like a flash of light in behind Mayron's eyes. I know what that is. I know that smell. Thank you for the transformation. That's actually helped.
You're welcome.
That is purple worm poison.
Ooh. Was it white coloured?
Yes. It was excreted all over him.
Sorry, continue.
As he says that and looks at Azrael, just turns around and just says to him, "So, Captain, it seems there's a killer on the loose, and someone with access to fine poisons."
Stormcrow, have you faced a purple worm creature? Hello?
Sorry, what was that, mate?
Have you faced this purple worm creature at all in your travels?
Give me a second. Give me a nature check, please. Stormcrow.
Stormcrow, okay. With the way I'm rolling tonight. And... fuck my life, that would be a 9.
Okay. You don't know much about it, but you have heard rumours and, like, it's old folklore that these were creatures that used to, like, burrow in the Underdark, old caverns and things like that. Like, as you grew up, you would hear from like teachers and whatnot that this was if you were to ever open up a new mine shaft or things like that, or anything in Avalon, you always send people, like the underlings, in first in case the purple worms were ever to grab them. You know of it to be poisonous, but you don't know how bad it is. This is all just sort of rumour back in the day.
So I just look at him and go, myths and legends. I mean, there was legends of something that was purple that lived underground. It was poisonous. But, I mean, no one's ever seen one, really. No one ever knows if they're actually real, but, I mean, I've heard of them.
You kind of just, in a roundabout way, answered my question for me. So it kind of means, like, you as a group haven't faced one. Which is kind of why I was asking, like, if you've ever faced one. Because I wanted to see if the group has battled one to kind of...
Have been able to
Right,
have
not yet.
taken it from it at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a way of ruling us out, kind of.
very sneaky. Very sneaky.
Perhaps apart from purchasing it,
This
I
is
think this would eliminate most of the group. Sorry,
Aaron.
you were going to say Mayron.
yeah. Sorry, Byron.
Sorry, was Mayron going to say something? Go for it.
He was just sort of looking. He goes, "Yeah, this does not seem to be something in Endeavour that you were able to get. But is it possible? It is possible to purchase some things like this." And he just sort of turns to Azrael. "Do you know anywhere that in Starlight Peaks that could sell something like this?" And he just sort of looks down a little bit and says, "There is a few apothecaries there that keep stuff like that. That is completely possible to bought it from the homeland." But I don't know if any of my guys would ever do anything would know even what to look for. Certainly none that would kill Mott.
And whoever was going to do it would have to be pretty damn sure they were going to survive a crash.
Can I get...
You go with it.
You're flying off a dog, aren't you?
Can I get
Are we-
an investigation check from you, Vondra,
Sure,
on... yeah, just an investigation check looking at the body.
That's only a 12. I was just about to put like a blanket over the body just to pay it some
Okay.
respects.
As you're away to put the blanket over, something over the body, you see that the stab wound, the mark around the blade. Now, even though you don't want to get too close to it because it's poisonous, it's a poisonous weapon, the blood seems to be almost dry.
It happened a while ago.
Interesting. Would I, with my sage background and researcher feat, to be able to attempt to recall a piece of lore, would I have encountered anything in my studies that that matches the description of what I'm seeing? Like a either a slow or fast acting poison that dries in this way, smells this way, from all the investigation we've done as a group.
Miron's basically already just told you what the poison was. It's purple worm poison.
Yeah.
It's that is the name of the poison.
So I wouldn't.
I'd say that with your background, you didn't really have an alchemist background, or do you have any proficiencies in like a poisoner kit or anything like that?
I don't know. I was going to ask if I basically had come across like any writings of specific assassins groups or organizations that sort of use poison as their methodology,
Okay,
like that use purple worm poison. So like history.
give me give me a history check, please.
22.
22. Okay. Thinking back into your head, into your into your research and things like that, there's not many. You know that there are governing bodies within kingdoms and some of the empires and whatnot that do utilize sort of like assassination groups and spy groups and whatnot. A lot of them, especially within your own culture, you know that those sort of people passed through where you lived on towards other kingdoms within the continent.
Yeah.
So you do have some sort of research, but a couple of names that sort of point out, especially within using poison such as that, yours is more they'll get close to people and then stabbing them. That is close to what has happened here, but never usually poisons. They're more, they're not as subtle as that. They're more just wanting to kill people. But two names,
poison to the...
yeah, two names appear in your head sort of from the research you know. One from the continent of Endeavour, the one you've just been on,
okay,
known as the King's Shadow Guild. A group from the Alvar Mountains, the floating Alvar Mountains.
Okay.
And
I hate those guys.
And another that sounds more in tune with this, especially with purple worm poison. And Stormcrow's sort of lore behind it has made you focus on this one a bit more, with him being from the continent of Avalon, which is more elven associated, and the organisation known as the Silent Network.
Okay. I'll relay sort of what I remember from readings and writings and research to the group and say those are the two that come to mind, and maybe it's worth digging a little deeper on those maybe. Okay. But
Vondra, Stormcrow and Takuda, I'm away to quickly take you over to Whispers before we finish up the session.
Okay.
Say something before you do.
Yeah? Hold on.
Neva was going to message in and say, was he killed? No, it's under suspicious circumstances. She would just say to Stormcrow, remember that one of our prophecies was someone would betray us. And that's it. So just to keep that in mind.
Okay. Hold on. So, as you guys are standing around and Vondra relays this information to you, you see a shocked look in the eyes of Mayron. And he sort of turns and looks up the stairs and sort of looking around and just You said the Silent Network.
Correct.
No, no. The Silent Network. I've obviously heard that name before. I've traveled the world. I know these things, but the only person I know that has connections to that who worked for them was Neva.
I sort of look at Mary and go, but they're a myth.
No, the Silent Network are no myth. They work for the Magisterium. They are their shadow network.
Why would she do this?
Well, Neva has no reason to love the Magisterium in Avalon. One of the members of the Magisterium, hell, one of the chiefs of the Magisterium, ordered the death of a family.
Who was it that ordered the death?
House Milo.
The same house that's hunting you?
I just nod.
Does that not seem suspicious?
Well, I mean, why would she work? I mean, I don't understand this. Why now? Why they've had opportunities, so many opportunities when we've been on our own. Why now? Why when we hit the duat? Why when we get close to what we're looking with a mouse? Why now?
The choice of killing is interesting. Not just a dagger, but a dagger with poison, which makes me think the poison has been added so we can't bring him back or something. I'm no medical expert, but why poison? A dagger would just do the job. So why they added poison? That seems very specific.
Perhaps the poison would point us towards Neva.
As a distraction.
But why kill someone and then the ship ran out of magic?
Maybe target the pilot, you take out somebody on the ship they were actually going for. It's an indirect assassination attempt, maybe.
But if they're going to do that, why not go? Why not just take out Azrael? Why take out only one of the engines?
Must be because they couldn't get to whoever they actually wanted, is my guess.
So who would get close then?
Who would they be after?
You have many crew.
Something's very wrong here, and I'm really concerned as to what is going on. This isn't right. This is all too sudden. And I just sort of sit on the floor and go, I can't believe the people I fought beside, the people who saved my life, would want to do this.
I'm not saying that this was Neva, by the way. I'm not. And he throws his hands up. But the Silent Network, Vondra says that they use this sort of thing. I've heard of them, I've seen things, and she was the one that admitted she worked for them.
But that would make it too obvious a direction to put. If if this spy network is as clandestine and as smart as you think they are, using that particular type of poison to kill someone would be an obvious red flag and a misdirect, I believe, towards blaming Neva.
I completely understand, and I agree.
So who else would know, apart from us in this room, about the network and how they do their assassinations, apart from Neva?
How the Silent Network has been a myth for years. Well, people have rumored about them for years, but I never thought they were true. I mean, an entire network of assassins and people working for the Magisterium. It was a bedtime story when I was a kid.
I think we need to take this cautiously.
Yeah, have our wits about us.
I look at Stormcrow. Well, looks like things have escalated in our.
I just look at Stormcrow, look at the people in the room and go, as far as we know, I hate to say this, guys, we can't trust anyone on this ship now. Hell, I don't know. Yeah, there's only two people in this room. There's only two people in this room right now who trust each other, and everyone else I don't know. Mayron, you weren't up here. You weren't up on the deck with us. You know that you've got to be a suspect, unfortunately.
Of course.
I don't like this. You've been amazing with us, but don't. It's difficult now.
I completely understand. I have witnesses, of course, but you can do whatever you need to do to my mind and show me. I will show you that I am innocent.
Thank you for being understanding.
But we need to keep this between the four of us right now. No one else knows of this.
No one. And the captain just goes, I need to check on the crew and check everybody over, but I know what to look for. I'll make sure things are looked at. Don't worry.
Azrael, from now on, no one goes anywhere on their own. None of the crew, no one. We keep everyone together. It's a minimum of 2 with the crew. Because if there's one of these things on the boat that can kill, no one is safe.
I need to check over for repairs. Things seem alright in here. But, yeah, we'll get things sorted.
We're at your disposal, Captain, if you need us.
Okay. I would go back up top with your crew just now. I need to see.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Darren, go on.
Sorry, not on you go.
I was going to say, I think we need to potentially anybody who wasn't on the deck, who wasn't visible, we need to ask where they were, if they have a witness, if they have an alibi, where they were at the time the ship started to fall, and just before, and see where people were.
Is there any way of detecting this poison? Is there any way of... Perhaps they still have some residue or more of it left. Perhaps we could track it somehow.
Yeah, you could try smell, or...
If you want to try smelling this and getting that close to that, then by all means, but I will not be burying your body in... It's non-magical. This is from a natural creature. I say we go back up and we see the rest. We do not tell them everything, but just tell them that there was an incident. Obviously, we need to look into this.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go back to the group.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, everyone's back.
So, as you guys are patrolling upstairs,
Yes.
you hear you hear footsteps coming up from behind. It is your group of friends. You just hear Mayron turn around to you all and say, "They're upstairs. We have some information for you." And as he's saying that, there's another pulse of magical energy that hits out. It rocks the ship, and you all sort of turn to see where it's pulsating from. As you do, you see sort of magical energy, magical light up in the sky, and you just hear Emrys shout, "It's coming from home." And that's where we'll end it this evening.
Oof.
Oh.
Quick question. I take it we didn't see anything untoward around the ship or that while we were keeping an eye out up top?
No.
As in,
No.
Nope.
So no one escaping, no one trying to board, anything like that.
No one trying to leave, no.
Okay, cool.
anybody in the distance watching?
Give me a perception check.
You can do that, and you can do that really good. You're really good at those.
Oh, I'm really not good at
You're
these.
you're really good at these.
Now you're crap at him.
You're shite at 'em.
Shiza.
A 10.
Even with your dark vision looking around, all you see is the dark sands. You see ripples in the sands that are just like creatures moving around, but nobody from the ship. Because nothing like that. And you remember, like, you were the first one up and out. You never seen anything or anybody flying off the ship as it was coming down. You just seen the ship going down, and everybody
Okay,
else
so-
basically had all other ways in and out of the top deck covered when it was
We
coming
are
down.
we are confident that no one's
Whatever
fled the
is
ship.
whatever
on
has
foot or-
happened, whatever this thing is still in the ship.
Or has teleported away.
Or has teleported away, but you're confident that it's still there somewhere.
Okay, that's
See, when
good
you started
information.
About like the Silent Network and the King's Guard thing, I was like,
Citadel, dude.
fuck. Neva was part of both of those.
It's a weird one.
So did Demarest say it's coming from home, did he say?
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Indeed.
Spoopy.
And
Well,
that's
thanks, guys.